mosque, and we've already been down into the basement of the building, to the kitchens where they're preparing the feast, and it really is a feast. Vats and vats and vats of food for when they break the fast in Ramadan later on this evening. But there's some serious stuff to be done before that as well. Stunning, beautiful, haunting sound in the background, I'm sure you can hear. Mohammed Ahmed is with us, one of the community workers here at the mosque. He's been our kind of guide throughout the day, right through from Good Morning Wales through to Good Evening Wales. Mo, just explain it if you can, what's going on here at the moment.
Sure, so these are little workshops that happen to get the people doing like the kaf and doing the retreat, staying in the mosques, really energized from a religious point of view. What you can hear in the background is Adhan training, so there's a call to prayer, and Jamshed's actually practicing this, so when the time for prayer comes, he can give a beautiful Adhan. You can go interrupt him if you want, he's only practicing.
Are we okay to speak to him? Yeah, do you mind introducing us?
Jamshed, do you mind if we interrupt you?
Sorry to interrupt you, Mo said it was okay to come and have a little word. Can you just explain?
Welcome. Hi.
Thank you very much. Can you explain what it is that you're doing?
So this is the call to prayer that the Muslims make to call the Muslims and let them know that the time for prayer has arrived. So Muslims, we pray 5 times a day in the various parts of the morning, the afternoon, the evening and the night. So the call to prayer is there to let the Muslims in the community know that we're about to establish the congregational prayer. So wherever you're doing, get yourselves here and we're about to start.
And if this were a mosque with a minaret, is this something you would do from the minaret? Something people might be used to hearing on TV, maybe?
Definitely. So this is actually the purpose of the minaret. So when you see the mosques around the world that actually have the minarets, the muaddin, the person who's the caller to the prayer, would stand at the top of that and project his voice as far and wide as the people of the city can hear. And that's basically the purpose of it, is just to call everyone in the local community to their local mosque and say, now's the time for the congregational prayer, and everyone prays as a united community to the same one God.
Is it quite an honour to be asked to do this?
Definitely, because even from a theological perspective, from an Islamic perspective as well, the person who's the caller to the prayer, not only do you get the reward of the people who are coming as well, but we also believe that on the final day, on the day that we get to meet our Lords, that will be received with, they say, our necks held high, which means that in a position of prestige and a position of honor. So definitely, it's a huge honor to be the one to be asked to make the call to prayer.
And does that voice come naturally to you, or do you have to do a lot of training to get it to sound quite so beautiful?
You have to do a lot of training, a lot of practice, and I guess, obviously some people have naturally nice voices, but yeah, for myself, it took me a long time listening to various famous muaddins, famous callers, and basically just trying to practice and imitate and making supplications to God to allow me to be better at it, and eventually over time it just kind of came. So I guess with practice, most things are possible, if not anything.
Great to speak to you. Sorry for interrupting you as well. Please carry on. Right, Mo, there's also a group of gentlemen sitting on the floor here reading and reciting. Can you just explain what they're doing?
Yeah, sure. So they're reciting the Quran, which is, they're all doing Kaf. And the month of Ramadan is the month of the Quran, when the Quran was revealed. So they are reciting the Arabic Quran. You can actually go listen and speak to someone if you like.
Okay, do you want to do the introduction?
Yeah, sure. Amjad, could we just interrupt you?
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Very sorry to interrupt you. You're live on BBC Radio Wales. Mo has kindly introduced you to us. Could you just explain what you and your friends are doing?
Yeah, so what everyone's doing is just sitting down and reciting the Quran. We believe the Quran was recited to the Prophet Muhammad 1400 years ago, and it was actually revealed to him during the month of Ramadan. So it's in this month in particular we feel more attached to the Quran. But of course, it's something we read throughout the whole year.
And how important and why is it that you get together as a group to do this rather than perhaps do it individually?
I think believe the Quran was recited to the Prophet Muhammad 1400 years ago, and it was actually revealed to him during the month of Ramadan. So it's in this month in particular we feel more attached to the Quran. But of course, it's something we read throughout the whole year.
And how important and why is it that you get together as a group to do this rather than perhaps do it individually?
I think the mosque is predominantly to get people together. So we have the 5 congregational prayers, and that is to bring people together. So even though the prayers are moved on throughout any time of the day, it's recommended to come to the mosque and do it together. So just as we would do our prayers together, we also like to read the Quran together, just to get the brotherhood and get the community spirit together, get everyone together.
I've got a sense as well that togetherness, and Mo's nodding in agreement here, that togetherness is absolutely fundamental to Ramadan and to what it's all about.
Yeah, I think especially in this month is the time of the year where everyone comes together, everyone eats together, prays fast together. I mean, if you kept last night, people were here till 2, 3, 4 in the morning. There's people sleeping here for the whole 10 nights. They spend the whole 10 nights in the 10 days here. As well, you probably seen it around. There's people of all
a lot of children as well.
Yes, I was just about to say you got people of all different ages, but especially the kids, and that's important as well because we want the kids to feel the masjid is not just a place for old people; it's a place for people to come to play together. And that's the great thing about this particular mosque, Darul Isra. They do lots of different activities to keep the kids entertained.
Well, look, I won't interrupt you anymore. I'll let you get back to it. Thank you very much for your time. Sorry for interrupting you as well. Mo, thanks for the guided tour as well. Much appreciated. More from Mo. About time for us to bid farewell to the Darul Isra Mosque here in Cardiff, where we've been in the final few days of Ramadan throughout the day, and they're counting down the hours now to when that fast breaks tonight. Mohammed Alamgir Ahmed has been our guide and our host throughout the day here. And before the fast is broken, there's some pretty important, devout, religious stuff that gets done, Mohammed. What are we about to hear going on here in the background? Just talk us through what's happening.
All it is that the people come here to start reciting Quran and just getting ready for the opening of the fast. And you can listen to Ibrahim. He's professionally been trained to recite Quran. Go ahead.
ووجدك عائلا فأغنى فأما اليتيم فلا تقهر وأما السائل